On August 8, 2007, a sweltering hot day in Esto, Florida, the sun beat down mercilessly. Amanda Lewis, a 27-year-old single mother working as a nurse's aide at a local nursing home, had just returned from her overnight shift. The temperature felt like it was approaching 100 degrees. Exhausted from a long night, she went straight to bed, while her two children, 6-year-old son AJ and his 7-year-old half-sister Adriana, watched cartoons. However, not long after Lewis woke up, a true nightmare unfolded, leaving her in a state of utter panic. She discovered her daughter, Adriana, submerged in the family's pool. Horrified by the scene, Lewis immediately dialed 911 to call for an ambulance while trying to perform CPR on her daughter. "Please, send an ambulance. My daughter fell in the pool and she's not breathing. Her lips are purple. What should I do? Water is coming out of her nose. She's turning purple. Please, hurry. The address is 3343 First Avenue South. 3343 First Avenue South." Welcome back, true crime enthusiasts. We're diving into a truly chilling case that unfolded in 2007. It seemed like a simple accident. Little Adriana had fallen into the family pool. However, beneath the surface of this tragedy, a shocking murder mystery unfolded. The key to unraveling this heinous crime lies with a truly unexpected witness. Curious about the details of this case? We invite you to stick with us until the end of this video. If you love our case analysis style, leave a 1 in the comments below. If not, hit the like button. Before we dive into the heart of the matter, we want to thank you for stopping by Vane True Crime Cases. Show your support by subscribing to our channel and keep us motivated to continue bringing you fascinating and mysterious cases from around the world. Now, let's get back to the main event of today's case. As soon as they received the call, a helicopter was dispatched to the address. Upon arrival, they found Adriana lifeless beside the family pool, while her mother desperately attempted CPR. Adriana was immediately airlifted to the nearest hospital. Emergency doctor Linda Fox and her colleagues worked tirelessly to revive Adriana for over an hour, and they were able to bring back a pulse, but it was short-lived. Despite all their efforts, no miracle occurred for young Adriana. She was pronounced dead at 5:05 p.m. Adriana Hutto was a vibrant and cheerful 7-year-old who lived with her half-brother, AJ Hutto, and their mother in their Esto, Florida home. Like most girls her age, Adriana loved to play outdoors and often enjoyed swimming in their family pool. She was described as an outgoing and happy child who had a noticeable bond with her family and loved being the center of attention. In fact, even Adriana's teachers described her as a bright student, and they were deeply saddened and heartbroken by the news of her passing. When Adriana was taken to the hospital, EMS saw Amanda in a state of shock and distress, a natural reaction for any mother facing such a tragic event. But the hospital staff saw a different side to Amanda. Dr. Fox, one of the physicians attending to Adriana, approached Amanda in the waiting room, offering information on her daughter's condition. Instead of asking about her child, Amanda casually inquired about the vending machines. Dr. Fox couldn't shake off the encounter. Amanda's demeanor remained strangely calm. Witnesses in the hospital waiting room also noticed this peculiar reaction. Dr. Fox returned about an hour later with the devastating news of Adriana's death. Amanda still showed no reaction at all. When Fox told Amanda the tragic news that Adriana had died, Fox did not see her shed a single tear. This seemed unusual for a mother who had just lost her beloved child. Amanda did enter Adriana's room. She gently ran her hand through her daughter's hair, planted a tender kiss on her forehead, and walked out. Less than 3 hours after Adriana's death and after the hospital reported the situation, the police went straight to the hospital to find Amanda Lewis. At the hospital, police questioned Lewis in detail about the sequence of events leading up to the incident. Lewis stated that after waking up around 12 p.m. or 1:30 p.m., the children were very excited and asked if they could play outside before heading out to buy school supplies later. She told the kids they couldn't get in the pool that day because they were going shopping. So the kids wanted to go outside and play while Lewis got everything ready. After taking a quick shower, Amanda looked out the window. AJ was sitting in a tree like a little adventurer, but Adriana was nowhere to be found. However, Amanda didn't feel worried at that moment. She thought they were just playing hide and seek. I went, took my shower, put some towels in the washing machine, and some in the dryer. Then I went to the front door, and I didn't see Andrew. He was in the trees beside the house, climbing in them, and I asked him where Adriana was, and he said she was in the pool. I said, "Okay, go tell her to come in so we can get ready to go, and we'll go get your school supplies." A while later, as Amanda looked out the back window, she saw AJ sitting on a red toy wagon, leaning against the edge of the pool. Amanda noticed her son continuously scratching the water with his hand, as if he was trying to grab something. Amanda was immediately concerned and rushed outside to see what was happening. As Amanda ran to the pool, she was met with a heart-wrenching sight. Adriana was submerged in the water, face down. Her whole body had turned a deep shade of purple and blue. Amanda frantically pulled her daughter out and started performing CPR, while simultaneously calling 911. The investigators continued to question Amanda about the children's activities during the afternoon before the incident, asking if they had lunch or anything else to eat. Amanda stated that when she got home from work, Adriana told her that she had thrown up and there was vomit on her bed. Shortly after, she vomited again. Amanda then asked her daughter if her stomach hurt. She told the investigators they had eaten hamburger helper with tomato sauce that night, and she didn't know if it had made Adriana sick. Police continued to question Amanda about going swimming that day to gather further information. Amanda stated that earlier that morning, the kids wanted to get in the pool and go swimming. She then told them to let her take a nap and they could talk about it afterward. Amanda asked them if they wanted to swim in the pool or go get their school supplies, and they said they wanted to get their school supplies. Then, when she asked her son, AJ, what Adriana was doing, he said she was cleaning bugs out of the pool so they could go swimming. Amanda admitted to the detectives that Adriana had been struggling with ADHD. This condition caused her to have trouble focusing and would make her go back and forth between wanting to swim and wanting to go get school supplies. Earlier, Amanda told investigators that she had found Adriana in the pool. The police then sent a team to Amanda's house to further examine the scene and analyze any potential clues. The above-ground pool was an Intex brand sand and surf easy set model, 18 feet wide and 4 feet deep. Adriana was approximately 47 inches tall. The water level was measured at 32 to 35 inches. If she fell in, why couldn't she just stand up? There was another detail that Amanda revealed. Adriana was afraid of water. This sparked a question for the investigators. If she was afraid of water, why was she leaning over the edge of the pool, scooping bugs out? The police found a white bucket in the pool, suggesting that Adriana might have been using it to scoop out insects before she fell in. The police quickly went to verify this information, and indeed, Amanda's boyfriend and other witnesses later confirmed that, despite her fear, Adriana had swam in the pool before, but always with an adult present. Back at the pool site, investigators meticulously examined every detail. They found children's footprints inside the red wagon, wedged against the pool, indicating that someone had been playing there. There was mud inside the wagon, imprinted with small footprints. Also, a significant amount of water had overflowed from the pool, suggesting that there had been a rescue attempt after Adriana fell in. However, what made everyone feel suspicious was the obvious lack of children's toys in the house. Prosecutor Larry Bassford was immediately disturbed by the crime scene photos. When he walked into AJ and Adriana's room, he saw that it was completely bare. He looked around again, but he couldn't find anything that he was looking for. Except for the wagon, AJ's toy gun, and the bicycle near the pool, there wasn't much else. Adriana and AJ's bedroom only had an empty bunk bed with mattresses, without sheets or blankets. There was a strong smell of urine in the room. While the investigative team was still searching Amanda's house, at the hospital, Amanda Lewis gave more details about the situation, saying that Adriana had been acting out recently and had been switched to a new medication, Focalin. She said that Adriana had been doing better since the switch. However, she also mentioned that Adriana, who was struggling with ADHD, had not taken her medication on that particular day. Investigators were still suspicious about the strange fact that, despite Adriana's death, Amanda Lewis didn't show any signs of grief during the interrogation. Corcoran, the first responder, later affirmed that when he arrived, Amanda wasn't trying to save her daughter. She was just kneeling beside her. At the same time, the forensic investigation revealed that Adriana's body had several bruises, including a distinct handprint on her face. The police immediately questioned Amanda about the bruises found on Adriana's body. When asked if she had any bruises, Amanda replied that she had small bruises on her legs and thought she had one on her left or right arm where she and AJ used to fight, but that was it. As the interrogation neared its end, a shocking revelation rocked the room. Investigators revealed that they knew that Adriana was not Amanda's first child to die under mysterious circumstances. Amanda's firstborn son, Alex, who was 16 months old, had died from seizures. Alex had died in his sleep after a seizure, but although it was ruled as an accidental death, the circumstances surrounding his death now raised eyebrows. To clarify the truth behind this mysterious incident, the police sought out the only witness who could potentially give the most detailed and truthful testimony, Adriana's 6-year-old brother, AJ. AJ spoke with police shortly after Adriana was airlifted to Bay Medical. While Adriana was being rushed to the hospital, Amanda Lewis's mother showed up. She took temporary custody of AJ while Amanda went to the hospital. While driving to her grandparents' house, AJ said something to his grandmother that left her reeling. When they arrived at her grandparents' house, AJ's grandmother didn't waste any time. She picked up the phone and urgently called the sheriff, reporting that AJ had just revealed a disturbing detail. The police then brought AJ to the Holmes County Sheriff's Office. There, in response to the police's kind and gentle questions, he detailed the distressing events he had witnessed. "My sister, she read to me, sprayed some, and it makes everything smell good. And she did the stuff that she wasn't supposed to, and Mom got mad at it, so she threw her in the pool." "Who threw her in the pool?" "My mom." "Your mom threw who in the pool?" "My sister, Adriana." In the story, AJ recounted his mother, Amanda, had punished Adriana by covering her face and holding her underwater. Police compared AJ's statements to Amanda's story, noticing inconsistencies between the accounts. This posed a real challenge for the investigators. They needed to determine if AJ was telling the truth or if this was a figment of a young boy's imagination. During the interview, the young boy explained that when he was well behaved, he was allowed to sleep in the living room. However, on days when he got in trouble, his sleeping arrangements shifted to his shared bedroom for the entire day. Additionally, AJ revealed that he and Adriana had not eaten breakfast or lunch that day. When police asked him what he had done that afternoon, AJ replied that he had watched a cartoon called Boomerang. When asked if Adriana watched it with him, AJ said that she only watched it in the morning. When he was watching it, Adriana went to the living room. AJ also shared more details about his siblings' belongings. He mentioned that he had a bicycle, the one that was found near the pool, but that Adriana's bike had flat tires and was behind the shed. When asked if his mom was outside while they were out that day and what she was doing, AJ replied that she was out there, but she was pushing his wagon. When she was done pushing it, she told Adriana to scoop out the bugs in the pool. According to AJ, when Amanda went to check on Adriana, she found her not scooping out bugs as instructed, but playing in the pool. AJ repeatedly stated that his mother had dunked Adriana. The clarity of his claims persisted throughout, leaving the investigators grappling with the disturbing picture that a 6-year-old boy was painting. AJ continued to describe events that day, which aligned with some aspects of his mother's account. He said that when Adriana was no longer being punished, they were watching cartoons in the living room, which mirrored his mother's earlier statement. However, AJ also revealed what had gotten Adriana in trouble that day. She had been banging on the kitchen cabinets and playing with her mother's hair care products. When asked why his sister was in trouble, AJ revealed that Adriana had been punished for spraying something she wasn't supposed to. AJ recounted how Adriana had sprayed Windex all over the TV, which caused her to get in trouble. Then he chillingly recounted the alleged incident, describing how his mother, in his words, had dunked Adriana in the pool. AJ repeatedly stated that his mother had dunked Adriana in the pool. He claimed that his mother had put her hand over Adriana's face to muffle any screams. Despite being only 6 years old, AJ demonstrated a keen awareness of his mother's work schedule, remembering specific days and times. He also revealed an understanding of his absence from school, correctly stating that it was spring break, not summer break. Although seemingly trivial, these details were crucial markers for investigators probing the depths of the young boy's memory. AJ insisted that his mother dunked Adriana underwater while she was busy scooping bugs out of the pool. Meanwhile, at Bay Medical Center, Amanda was still unaware of the unfolding developments. It wasn't until she was interviewed by law enforcement for a second time on August 9, 2007, that she was confronted with AJ's revelations. When confronted with AJ's statements, Amanda responded that she didn't know how to explain it, but that AJ seemed to think she had grounded Adriana. She said she didn't know why he would think that, because she wasn't even outside. She said she had been inside the house. The police also informed Amanda that her daughter's autopsy would be completed the next day. They brought up a lingering concern. Amanda had yet to provide any plausible explanation for the bruises discovered on Adriana's face and forehead. Amanda revealed a shocking detail. Child Protective Services had been visiting Amanda regularly after a school faculty member reported concerns about the children's hygiene. Amanda countered that it had actually happened after one of Alan Michael's basketball games. The children had been dirty from playing under the bleachers. Despite this claim, Amanda admitted that the Department of Children and Families, DCF, had begun weekly visits every Thursday. These meetings involved one-on-one sessions with a social worker, focusing primarily on parenting discussions, especially methods of punishment. Shortly after, Amanda was asked to take a polygraph test. She passed the test, but the results would not be admissible in court. Amanda passed the polygraph test, but the police still believed she had drowned her daughter. Adriana's autopsy report later confirmed that drowning was the cause of death, and it was ruled a homicide. The investigation continued for about a month before Amanda Lewis was arrested and officially charged with aggravated child abuse and first-degree murder in the death of Adriana. The trial began in February 2008, and the court offered Amanda a plea deal of 10 years in prison for manslaughter. However, Amanda rejected the deal. She insisted that she was innocent. During the trial, Amanda's mother testified that a week before Adriana's death, Amanda had told her that she had thrown away most of the children's toys. Initially, Amanda told police that she had locked the toys away in the shed as punishment and planned to return them later. However, after an investigation, it was discovered that the shed was empty of children's toys. With so many conflicting statements and the emotional weight of the case, the jury was faced with the difficult task of determining Amanda Lewis's guilt. To clarify all the details of the case, the court called AJ to the stand to be questioned and verify his memory. The atmosphere in the courtroom became palpable. AJ answered the police and jury's questions in a clear, detailed, and consistent manner, confirming all of his previous statements. But at the end of the interrogation and confirmation of AJ's memory, there were gaps in his recollection that AJ could not recall. Although the emotional toll it took on young AJ, his testimony was a crucial component of the trial. While AJ's narrative aligned with some aspects of his mother's account, it also provided unique perspectives and observations, shedding light on the motives leading up to Adriana's untimely death. Finally, after further questioning and receiving information from Amanda's co-workers, she reluctantly admitted to her crime. She said that she had killed her daughter because she was struggling and overwhelmed with her feelings toward Adriana, leading her to resort to a shocking act of violence. The jury deliberated for 2 hours before delivering a verdict. Amanda Lewis was found guilty of first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. The verdict marked the end of the trial and the beginning of legal consequences for Amanda, who now faced a lengthy prison sentence. In March of the same year, Lewis was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The controversial case continued to stir debate, with supporters of Amanda Lewis claiming that she was wrongfully convicted. Some believe that AJ's grandparents influenced his testimony, or that the detectives manipulated a confession from the young boy. Was it appropriate to rely on the testimony of a 7-year-old child in a murder case? In 2010, Amanda appealed her conviction, but her appeal was unsuccessful. She maintained her innocence while the community remained divided. Amanda did not blame AJ for her incarceration. He was adopted and lived a life away from the aftermath of the trial. Many people have followed this case and are truly interested in it, and some have expressed their opinions like this. AJ Hutto actually says he did it when asked what he saw. Not once during the trial did he say his mom did it. What he says it is his mom in the picture doing it. A common con by prosecutors made a 7-year-old draw a picture of what they describe and then make him rebound the drawing. Watch the testimony closely. Couple this with false statements by the sheriff saying the victim was found in the pool by EMTs and make-believe motive. 1/3 of the jury left after the first day because of a toxic environment. This makes a perfect making of a murderer. Coroner was fired for false autopsies. It is actually unbelievable how terrible this case is unless you examine it in detail. Poor Amanda, poor AJ, and especially poor Adriana. Or, some people have said, since the boyfriend did not like the children, it is important to know if he was around that day. He had more reason to get rid of a child than the mother, I should think. I think there should be another trial, given the fact that she passed 2 polygraphs and did not take a plea deal. Those facts would become more clear in a second trial. What a precious and lovely little boy. He certainly had a lot of chaos in his life, and no child should live with constant worry or fear. Or, some have said, I can't believe how heartless you people are. A child wouldn't make something like that up. When I was 6 years old, I watched my mother beat my sister to death. My 2-year-old sister to death in front of me, and I have been traumatized from it ever since. And thank God people believed me. But they could see the evidence. They could see that my mother lied. She said my sister fell out of her high chair. Obviously that wasn't what happened. She had a concussion. But that poor child to have people saying, "Oh, he made it up. You're out of your mind." A child that age would not ever do something like that, not for a whole year. Maintain the same story if it was false. Oh my gosh, I wish I knew where that man is now so that I could talk to him, because I can relate in some ways, and I'd like to know if he's all right. And there are many, many other opinions, including dissenting comments. The case truly shocked the world for a very long time. What are your thoughts on this case? What could have possibly caused Amanda Lewis to turn against her own daughter? People often say that children are the most truthful beings in the world. Therefore, the words of a 6-year-old boy who could clearly recall details about his sister's murder may be considered as truth. Regardless of what happened, if Amanda is the one who murdered her daughter, she certainly deserves no forgiveness for the rest of her life. However, if she is not, then it reflects her lack of care and protection for her own children. Let's try our best to ensure that our angels, our future generations, are loved, cared for, and protected in the most thoughtful way possible. Share your thoughts in the comments below so we can continue to discuss this case further. Don't forget to show Vane True Crime Case some love by hitting the subscribe button to see more of the world's most shocking and outrageous cases. Until next time, farewell.